Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Government Exam Web. Today I'll discuss about Hinayana Buddhism. This is the second part of the video. We have already uploaded the first part. So Hinayana and its meaning. Religiously, Buddhism has been divided into two important sects. The first is Hinayana and the other is Mahayana. The concept of Mahayana we'll discuss in the later video. So for now, let us understand what Hinayana is and what are its main tenets. Hinayana is a religion without God, just like Jainism. In Hinayana, the place of God is taken by karma. It emphasizes liberation for and by the individual himself. The other school of Buddhism, that is Mahayana, has dubbed Hinayana as the small vehicle. On the contrary, Mahayana is known as the great vehicle. So the idea of liberation in Hinayana is said to be negative and egoistic. The position of Hinayana on the idea of liberation is opposed to the idea of Mahayana's thinking about liberation. Hinayana and its branches or schools. The oldest school of Hinayana is Sthavirvad. In Pali it is called Theravada. Theravada Buddhism is the doctrine of elders. The Sanskrit counterpart of Theravada Buddhism is the Sarvashtivada, or the doctrine which maintains the existence of all things physical as well as mental. Sarvashtivad or the Vaibhashik resulted in another school which was more critical in its outlook. This is known as Sautrantic school. However, the Sarvashtivad school does not reflect the real teachings of Buddha. The reason is that it misrepresented and ignored some of the important implications of Buddha's teachings. Some of the teachings of Buddha have been taken into their reduction ad absurdum pitch. For instance, the lamp of Dharma was borrowed from the Upanishads. In Buddha's teachings, there was nothing that would seriously militate against the Upanishads. The Hinayana represents the verbal superstructures, the formulas, often being held up as what he taught. The metaphysical aspects of Hinayana Buddhism. The Sarvashtivada school vehemently denies the existence of God. It replaced Buddha and the theory of karma in the place of God. The so-called soul has been reduced to a series of fleeting ideas. Matter is a series of momentary atoms of earth, water, fire and air. We have already learnt about this concept known as the theory of skandhas. Everything according to Sarvashtivada school of Hinayana Buddhism is momentary. Change is the rule of universe and liberation is the extinction of all desires and passions. The most important doctrine of this school is Ksanabhangavada, that is, the theory of momentariness. The theory of momentariness is sometimes also called the Santanvad or the theory of flux or ceaseless flow. It is a position which is accepted by Sarvashtivad or the Vaibhashik and the Sautrantic school of Hinayana Buddhism. According to this theory, everything that exists in this world is conditioned by momentariness. Everything is temporary and nothing is permanent. Like I told you, the theory is also known as Santanvad or the theory of flux or ceaseless flow. From this results the theory of skandhas. Ksanabhangavada represents that there is neither being nor not being, but only becoming. Body, sensation, perception, disposition, consciousness, all these are impermanent and sorrowful. There is neither being nor not being, but only becoming, according to the theory of Ksanabhangavada or the theory of momentariness. Guys, please remember that it is the most important doctrine of this school. According to it, reality is a stream of becoming. Life is a series of manifestations of becoming. There is no thing which changes, only ceaseless change goes on. Everything is merely a link in the chain, a spoke in the wheel, a transitory phase in the series. Everything is conditional, dependent, relative, and pratitya samutpanna. This doctrine is also understood as the universal momentariness. It has been explained with the help of two classical similes: stream of a river and the flame of a lamp. The philosophical thought which is represented in Heraclitus's work and that of Hume also represents the concept of universal momentariness. The Hinayana admits that there is action without agent, there is transmigration without a transmigrating soul, the character is transmigrated but not the soul. Karma is an impersonal law according to Hinayana, which works by itself. Karma at the same time does not depend on any divine power. The points which has been expressed here are shared as a form of common thought by the Sautrantic and the Vaibhashik school. However, the Sautrantic and the Vaibhashik, they differ on different grounds. So the differences in Vaibhashik and Sautrantic are represented as the supreme importance to the commentaries. The Vaibhashik attaches supreme importance to the commentaries called Mahabibhash and the Bibhash on Abhidharma treatise called Abhidharma Gyan Prasthan. So I'll repeat this point for you because it's important. The Vaibhashik attaches supreme importance to the commentaries. This is called the Mahabibhash and the Bibhash commentary. This is a commentary on the treatise Abhidharma, which is called the Abhidharma Gyan Prasthan, while the Sautrantic attaches supreme importance to the sutras or the sutras of the Sutra Pitakas. The Vaibhashik, like Descartes, believe in direct realism. It may be also called as presentionists, while the Sautrantic, like Locke, believes in copy theory of ideas. It may be called a representationist. The Vaibhashik believes in Baha Pratyakshavad, which is the external objects are directly known in perception. The Sautrantic believes in Bahanumayedvad, which means that external objects are not directly perceived but only indirectly inferred. The Vaibhashik accepts 75 dharmas. The 75 dharmas that are accepted by this school is the ultimate momentary elements of existence. On the other hand, the Sautrantic is more critical. So being on the critical side, it accepts only 43 and the rest are mental construction according to them. The another point of difference between the two schools is that the Sautrantic emphasizes the a priori element of thought construction, kalpana or vikalp, in knowledge and paves way for Vijnanavad. The concept of Nirvana in Hinayana school. Nirvana is referred as blowing out. Blowing out is the cessation or annihilation of all desires, passions, suffering, clinging, etc. It is a state when these all human feelings has ceased or blown out the stage. It is a state of dissolution of the five skandhas. Nirvana is also called a chitta vritti nirodh. This means that the cessation of all activities. It is also known as the bhav nirodh, which is the cessation of all becoming. So to sum up, it can be said that Nirvana is a state where all desires, passions, suffering, clinging has blown out. The dissolution of five skandhas has taken place and the cessation of all activities and of all becoming has taken place. The ideal center of both of the schools of Hinayana is the Arhat. The ideal is said to be negative, individual and selfish. The negative cessation of all earthly miseries paves way for Nirvana. It is called Nibbana. Nibbana is given in the third noble truth about the cessation of suffering. So guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for upcoming videos on Hinayana Buddhism and do like and share our videos and subscribe to our channel Government Exam Web